When we moved about a year ago now, some of the Lego sets, they didn't quite make it. They were destroyed, demolished, and everything in between. Most of them survived, some of them did not. Right here is a Lego set that I was absolutely ecstatic for. In 2020 to 2021, this is the Skull Sorcerer's Dungeon from Ninjago. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, for another Lego build. Today, we will be rebuilding a set that I had bought before this channel actually started, and I was originally this and the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon that comes in the same theme. Were originally meant to be the start of my channel, and I eventually decided to wait a couple of years until I had more money and more time to actually start really heavily going into Lego and YouTube and all that good stuff. Like I said, this is the Skull Sorcerer's Dungeon. This came out a few years ago now, and originally retailed for $100. It is an awesome set. It is basically an underworld in terms of vibe. Skeletons, demons, sorcerers, and ogre. It's awesome. It's an awesome set, and packed it away for a while because I didn't have display space. Now that I've shuffled up the Lego room over the past few months, I do, and I've been talking about it for many years. I want a whole bunch of like medieval realm displays, so like humans from the Lion Knights Kingdom, Black Falcon Knights, Forestmen, skeletons, ghosts, vampires, trolls, orc, all that good stuff. I want a castle representation for everything. In my opinion, if you're going skeleton, this is a really good option, and it's much more affordable than the other one. But the skeleton tower from the Castle 2008 and 2009 line is wicked. It's much smaller than this, but it's also much more expensive but cooler in my eyes. So this is going to be a pretty good placeholder. I also ordered an orange non-Lego base plate to put it on. So as I build this, I will be eventually probably putting it on that or a gray base plate. I'm kind of going to take a look between them. Worst case scenario, I'll save the other one for like a city build or something like that to go under a Mills plate. But overall, basically, is a giant skeleton kingdom that sits on some lava. It's pretty cool, and this is going to be the first representation of skeletons in my room. Now, a couple months back, I started a dragon display with the Auspicious Dragon and then the Source Dragon of Motion from Ninjago. This is part one of like the skeleton group. Not part of like the series or anything, it's all just Ninjago. But the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon is my second favorite dragon ever made, right behind the Morrow Dragon and maybe the Source Dragon, one of the two. I don't know if I'm going to be putting it with this or in the dragon display. We're all going to see how much space we have for everything. I like the skeleton grouping, but it's not my favorite in the world, and if I can move trolls to one little area, I can do that with skeletons too. But thank you guys so much for joining me for another build. Obviously, I'm not hyperlapse building this or anything. It's essentially just a giant mangled mess in a bag, and I'm hoping I have all the pieces. If not, you won't see this video. But I'll just have to buy a new one, maybe. We'll see. But I'm hoping all the pieces are there. It was still sealed, so long as stupid me, when I moved, didn't put it in 2 bags and forget one, we should be fine. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe if you can. Helps the channel out a lot. And follow me on Instagram if you want more of a sneak peek into everything about a month or two ahead of when you guys actually see it on YouTube. Just before editing and a lot of like minifigure projects and like a lot of smaller updates and stuff like that. And that way you can join our community a little bit more and get more involved with Lego in general. Let's get started on this build, folks.
Alright, well, good news, I guess. It's built. So basically, I know I had said before, I was hoping that this was relatively complete from the move, that it wasn't too destroyed. And I kind of realized halfway through it was extremely destroyed. I'm missing most of it. So that is extremely unfortunate. The set isn't uberly expensive. And like in general, it's like 80 to 100 bucks I think right now that you can get it for, which is almost retail. I have it built for now. I have the orange base plates lined up for the actual lava, and then I do have a dark gray base plate over there that's going to be for like the army, like the skeleton army and some stuff like that. I was hoping that this would be a full-fledged display. However, it's kind of tough to allocate all of it with this very, very beat up item. Also in the bag is one of my all-time favorite Lego sets. That is the skeleton dragon that goes with this set. That'll be being built next. I'm very excited for that one. That's one of the most wicked and forgot about Lego sets possible. I love that thing. But the Skeleton Empire is a little Skull Island looky at this point. Definitely beat up. Haven't found the skeleton army yet either. That's among the missing, so that's going to be unfortunate. Thankfully, the skeletons are probably like the cheapest misfit crew in the entirety of the room. I'm trying to fix the Battle of Hoth above it, and it's just not working out either. But yeah, this is obviously ground level, so quite literally I'm using a little tripod. This is on the floor, so I'm laying down with a, with a ring light trying to record the end of this video here, but it's beat up. Definitely not the route I wanted to take this video, just because I was hoping for like a complete set review, but I don't have enough for it. And I was debating even making this video, but it is supposed to be part one of, you know, another realm project that we're starting, but you know, this has big story implications to what I'm trying to do here, and it really relates to the other thing that we're working on, which is the Nightmare Realm. So that and this, aka the Underworld / Skeleton Empire, are kind of important for like the season one of what I'm trying to build and get us ready for. So it is beat up. It definitely doesn't look good right now, but we'll get it there. I'm thinking maybe dark gray base plates are on the outside, just to kind of give it some depth instead of the white. That's kind of something I'm debating. Just command stripping them like I did the Nightmare Realm. It's beat up. Not a lot of minifigures. I don't even know if I count this as any form of a set review. Like, there's supposed to be a trail that like comes off of it here. There's supposed to be a crane. There's supposed to be a lot of stuff, and there's just nothing. The orange base plates look pretty cool. They're a different shade than the darker ones, but I'm actually okay with that because, you know, it's lava. You know, I'll make it work. But the Skeleton Empire is definitely looking a little bit ransacked to start off. But hey, we do have the big boy dragon here coming soon, so I'm really excited for that. And the reason I did dark gray is going to be like, you know, rock. I'll just put the army on there since they can't be standing on lava, obviously, and you can kind of see the Jaws boat is actually sitting in front of it. Jaws is just too awkwardly sized for me to really allocate an entire display for him with the length and the height and everything. It's just a little bit wonky for how that would work, but yeah, that's just gonna about do it for this video, guys. I know this is a quick one, some of these are, but we're definitely going to be adding the skeleton dragon to it after this, so I'm very excited to start that build. We have Sorcerer probably coming to this pretty soon. I might actually just add Sorcerer to this display. I'm not entirely sure yet if I want to pick up a second one of that set, or if I just want to do like put Sorcerer right in here. I'm kind of thinking I'm just gonna buy 2 of them, and that way Sorcerer is like a raid boss in this area and stuff like that. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, part 1 of the Underworld Skeleton Empire. It wasn't exactly ideal for me, but I still like establishing a foothold, and honestly, like, I love this set. I don't feel like spending an extra $120 to get it right now. So it's beat up. You know, it's in construction. They're in the Underworld. I mean, you know, what rush do you really have? And then these guys right here are also, it's 1 base plate, or I'm sorry, 1 stud too big. So I'm just going to have to trim one of the orange base plates, but that's not too bad. I cut base plates all the time. You see the Battle of Hoth above this. It's all mangled and cut, and that's what it is. But thank you guys so much for joining me for another LEGO build. Sorry, I know this was not the most exciting one in the world, but we are essentially just establishing a foothold for bigger projects. I also noticed Jaws, one of the little ropes, they move constantly. It drives me insane. I love that set, though. It's so cool. Thank you guys so much. Tune in next time. We're going to be building the Skeleton Dragon or Sorcerer, depending on what I do with that. Will be like the next stage of this, and then I have a couple more Nightmare Realm videos already ready to go as well. So as we move into like fall, so September into October, we're definitely going to be starting to push pretty hard into these medieval projects, and then really starting to build up our storylines for later. So I'm very excited. I think it's going to be pretty cool. This also sits next to the Helldivers display, so definitely a lot of fun looking at some of the weird displays that are on like the bottom of my area here. I think we got some pirates, Seinfeld, you know, Battle of Hoth and all that stuff. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Like, comment, and subscribe if you can. It helps the channel out a lot. And follow me on Instagram if you want a sneak peek or to easily give me recommendations for sets like this, minifigures and storylines, and to actually check out those storylines once they start happening. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Happy building, everybody.